This is the Rest of Everest video podcast, an almost unabridged expedition experience. Episode 46, 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome back to the Rest of Everest video podcast. I'm John Miller. Want to just let everyone know that some viewers have been having a few problems syncing the new episodes ever since I returned from Tibet. I have been releasing the episodes at a higher resolution for people who are watching them on their computer, and for some reason there seems to be some sort of bug in the iTunes software where even though the videos are completely legal in terms of the bit rates and everything that I'm encoding them as, several Windows users are having difficulty syncing them. Now it looks like it's sort of an intermittent thing. If they try to sync several times, eventually they can get it onto their iPods. So I will do my best to correct the problem if it is anything on my end. However, at this point it does seem to be just a problem with iTunes. Alright, so this episode we're going to actually get into a little tiny bit of climbing just to get up to the North Col today. We're going to follow some Russian friends, and then going to hear from Ben. Now Ben is not on this episode for the commentary. Ben is still in Nepal, but hopefully Ben can rejoin the show in another week or two and give us a little bit of a glimpse into what his trip was like. He's been gone well over a month, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of stories he has. Alright, enough of this. Let's head back up to actually Advanced Base Camp this week. Here we go. Alright, so this is actually Advanced Base Camp. Haven't been up here in a while. It seems like it's been about 6 months or so since we've been up here, in terms of the podcast at least. But these are our friends from the Royal Navy, Royal Marines, heading up for their summit push. It's always interesting to see some of the other terrain. It's nice to see Advanced Base Camp after spending so much time at base camp. Pretty windy up there. They've got one of their Sherpa following them. I forget who's filming this right now. I don't know if it's Jake or if it was Fiona, but I'm glad they got it. It's very it's kind of funny to watch. It's very PR, very promotional. Here go our men as they head for the summit assault. There's the North Col. Fairly intimidating looking. And you can see that the North Col is just the beginning of the climb. There's the Northeast Ridge heading up to the summit, which has a nice plume off of it on this date. This is probably somewhere around the 17th or 18th, maybe the 19th of May in 2003. And that weather window was opening up. So lots of teams were starting to get in line and starting to get a move on up the hill, so they say. Alright, so this footage here is from Vova, one of the St. Petersburg climbers. You could see two climbers in the extreme left of the image. There's one climber wearing sort of a lavender color jacket. That was actually one of our Sherpa. That was Dawachiri.
Little speaking about
my message from summit, but success.
Oh, no killing on the road. Oh, very good. Very good idea. Yeah.
From second step. Change the plan.
Yeah. The Japanese climber, very strong climber. I know.
I love how complimentary all these guys are to each other.
You go to ABC. Go to home. Go to family. Where this year free Japanese team? Yes.
Japanese team. Japanese team.
The Russian team.
One team. 15 person.
15?
15.
50%
And
So you can see there that climber is deaf.
okay, I know.
He's like, let's go. It's time to go.
Bye bye.
Let's go down.
Okay.
Good luck. Yesterday sending information to ABC about our summit. Second step.
If yesterday we submit
Yes,
the first this year, Nepal side, both sides, the first submitter.
yeah.
But okay, I know. Okay. Just harness.
What is your name?
Hisao Yamamoto.
Samamoto.
Hisao Yamamoto.
Mr. Yamamoto.
The heroes of Japan.
The heroes of Japan. That's awesome. Good luck, Japanese climber.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.
Waiting in Japan, maybe. I hope. And not feel.
The main, your good health, it's main.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes. Russian войск.
Here's a good look at the oxygen systems that most of the teams are using. You can see how awkward they are, and you can see why the Royal Navy and Royal Marines were really interested in their system and how they felt it was going to revolutionize climbing. Just such a more comfortable looking system than the standard oxygen mask that you see here. Now I'm not exactly sure why this guy was wearing his O's down at the North Col.
Yes. Tomorrow go up.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
But anyway, to each their own. It certainly wasn't me up there. But here's some photographs of the North Col camp as teams were getting ready to head for the summit. And you can see there that they still have their cargo nets, and some of them are still stitched up with tape. But Ben had actually gone up for a summit push and had to turn back due to the weather. So here is
ABC, this is base camp, over.
Here is our first radio communication with Ben after his first summit attempt.
I'm going to probably start coughing in the middle of this. ABC, this is base camp, over. Sherpas talk so fast. Wow. I mean, I'm always impressed. Yeah. This is base camp here, over. He's actually not here right now. Can I take a message for you? Over.
I had no idea what he just said. No idea at all.
Can you repeat that, please? Over. That's Julian. Julian, this is John. Over. That would be great. Thanks. Over.
What's up, John?
How you doing there, Ben Clark, mountain climber extraordinaire? Over.
My God, went up to 7,400 meters today, and we got the kicked out of us.
Well, I have to say it's really wonderful to hear your voice, Ben. I've been thinking a lot about you, and you know, this lack of radio communication has been grating on my nerves with all the weather we've been having. Over.
I know, I made 4 trips to the call. My fastest trip's finally been 3.5, and that was in what I thought was pretty nice weather yesterday. Today, got up, threw the downsuit on, was ready to head, and as you know, Lhawang and every crew, they don't ever stop and eat or drink because they're androids. We got to 7,400 meters, and man, I was cramping up, and it was so cold, you know, you're just leaning into your ice axe, and I said, you know what, this is not the time. So, I headed on down, hopefully we'll get another shot.
I want to let you know that I'm recording this right now, and just wondering, you know, is there anything you'd like to say to anyone? You've had a lot of responses from the website. People really curious how you're feeling. You know, everyone's really thinking about you and concerned. You know, they're always sending their best energy and prayers your way. And because I'm recording this, I would like to send an audio dispatch. And just, is there anything specific you'd like to tell anyone? Over.
Well, record this. Basically, we've just been sitting up here at Advanced Base Camp and doing our best to get up to the North Col at just above 7,100 meters. But lately, we've been stuck in some weather, and part of it, it's kind of funny. I told folks that you got to climb the wind if you're going to climb Everest, and that's exactly what I did, and we got hit pretty hard. So we came down after our first summit attempt, couldn't even get as high as we did the last time, and so we're hoping in another 2 days to get back up and go for it when the winds die down, because as of late, a lot of people lost a lot of gear up here, and 10 people just got blown off of a mountain not too far away from here, just completely blown off, same day that we were going up. So we're doing our best to try and climb this thing.
So again, what is your plan? Are you going to be staying there at ABC for the duration, or are you going to come down here, rest for a couple days, and then go back up and head for the mid-20s or something like that? Over.
Our plan is going to be that what we're going to do is rest for a couple of days, because we got pretty knocked around this morning, up down 7,400 meters. So we're going to spend 2 days sitting here and ideally shoot for a window that's going to be a little less windy, maybe give us some success on getting some parts of the route in and ready for us to climb up to. But we're going to, it looks like, shoot for around the 21st or 22nd. So today's the 16th, plan on leaving on the 19th to the North Col, 20th to 7,700 meters, 21st to 8,300 meters, and then we're going to try and shoot up from there to the summit.
I have a question for you. In terms of when you reached the North Col for the first time after ascending to ABC, was your equipment in the condition that you hoped it would be in, or had the Sherpas already taken care of everything? Over.
If you could see where our tent was, it is absolutely trashed. Where everything was on that rip, I mean, it looks like a war zone. Looks like people, there's just shards of nylon. There are plates, cups, food. I mean, it's like a landfill up there, just blowing away, except the birds aren't out there chirping. Our stuff was already put back. We moved our other tent to a solid and secure space. However, it was so windy up there this morning that my feet actually lifted about 4 inches off the ground before we even went anywhere. So anywhere you are on this mountain right now, you are suspect to high winds and getting blown off.
Well, I tell you, Ben, it's just great to hear your voice. I have a couple more things for you. I want to let you know that you've been receiving a few compliments from our Russian friends. Marina came down the other day, and she said that she had seen you at ABC or North Col, I forget, and she said you just looked incredibly strong, and she was so surprised by your age that you looked as good as you did, and that you weren't having any of the ailments that other people have had. She today left for Kathmandu. She has pneumonia. She's out of the game. She's leaving permanently. And then Anatoly said the same thing. She said that he had spoken with you briefly and said you were incredibly strong, and that it looked to him like the only thing that would keep you down from the summit would be the weather. And he was really adamant about saying that you looked really like you were in good shape. Over.
That's cool. I'm sorry to hear about Marina. She's a nice woman, and it was good to see them up here. That was really comforting. But man, I tell you what, Anatoly up there, I saw them at the North Col one day after a carry and gave him a gummy bear. He said he felt like a child again because they had been absolutely torn apart up there on the upper part of the route. But it's difficult up here. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to be able to carry the video camera above the North Col because we just don't have that kind of time. We don't have that kind of weather, so that's kind of a bummer. But at the same time, snapping away some pictures, trying to show what this thing's like, and it's difficult. I mean, today going from the North Col to 7,400 meters without even getting a shot to stop, it's hard to kind of communicate sometimes, I think, with the Sherpa because they are so much stronger, and they're used to going from North Col to 8,300 meters, which would be a summit day in and of itself. And I don't know, I'm just doing what I can to be strong and trying to hang in there. It's definitely something that I want to do, but at the same time, I mean, it's just, this weather has not cooperated, and it can and will lead you somewhere where you don't want to be. And I don't want to be in ABC right now, but I'm much happier to be here than up high. Over.
Yeah, it was good to hear that you're going to be at ABC. I was worried you might be at 77 today or something, or try, because it looked like the mornings had been very calm. Has that been the case? Have the mornings been as calm as they look from base camp?
John, the mornings are awful. Sometimes it's a little calm, but this morning it was extremely cold up there, really high winds, and the plume doesn't start building until afternoon once it finally gets warm enough to actually build up some precipitation. So it's kind of misleading as to how our mornings are looking, because we thought the whole time, oh yeah, mornings are time to travel, but actually you're better off to wait until it warms up a little bit because you're going to be blasted by air for a long time. Over.
So there's no way you're going to be climbing through the night and trying to summit early morning. Over. Do I have enough time?
What was that, John? Over.
What I was asking was, I was curious if your plan was ever to climb through the night and then summit early in the morning while it looked calm, at least from base camp. Over.
That's what we'll be doing anyway. Around midnight is what we're going to start the path for the summit on the 21st. And we're hoping that that morning is going to be clear and calm. We don't know, but that's the plan. We were originally going to leave at 4, but now it's going to be midnight to afford us plenty of time, and also to make sure that we've got daylight as backup to get down. Over.
Okay, Ben, 2 more things, then I'll let you go. The first, is probably the most important, is your father emailed me to tell me that he was planning on spending the weekend on his boat, which means he would be out of contact. Should I tell him to stay home next to his computer, where he can receive email dispatches from me if I get radio dispatches from you? Over.
Tell him to go to the lake this weekend. We're not headed anywhere until probably the 18th or 19th. Yeah, 19th. So yeah, over.
Okay, the last thing, and it's just sort of funny, I wanted to tell you myself, and you've probably been informed, but, you know, I've been doing my part to try to receive all of the ailments possible here at base camp to keep you free and clear. As Julian might have told you, I've cracked a rib coughing, and that's why I think it's kind of funny that everyone was saying that you were so healthy looking and everything, and here you are climbing the mountain. Here I am at base camp, and I'm falling apart, but I'm okay, man. I'm just doing it for the team. Over.
We'll have to call you Johnny 5.
All right, Ben, is there anything else you want to say? Over.
Great to hear your voice. Been missing getting sit down, talking to you and whatnot, and bullshitting some, man. It's been kind of nutty up here with Lhawang, as you know, and then also with Andre and the Sherpa. It's been a pretty crazy time, but I've been having a really good time hanging out with the guys from Northern Ireland and getting to meet new people and whatnot. But man, we're in for the long haul on this one, and I don't know how it's going to turn out. It's tough. Once I get about 7,000 meters, man, it's a whole other ball game. So I don't know, but Lhawang kind of pissed me off today because I hadn't had anything to eat, and he's like, you know, we basically did a stretch where you would have to stop 2 times to get there, and I had stopped once, and we're getting blown over, and he's like, I just don't think you're strong enough. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, Jesus, if you only knew how fucking crazy this was. So it's nuts. It's been a tough climb, but I don't know. Yesterday, I passed this Japanese kid, just smoked him. I beat him to the North Collar by an hour, and he passed me today wearing oxygen. So it's a tough call. Tough to know what to do and when to do it. But, you know, I'm trying to do what I can, and it's a lot of learning, a lot of feeling through and trying to figure out what's right and what's wrong. But if I can get it, I'll get it. If not, I'm coming back down there, and we're going home. Over.
I understand. I'm glad to hear that you're going to be leaving the video camera at home, so to speak. I'm glad that I'm just glad to hear that you've kept your priorities straight, and that the mountain is the most important priority worth the most respect. Over.
It has to be. I mean, it wasn't my decision. I carried it up there today, and I was fine with it, but hell, it couldn't even stand up. It was so windy half the time, and, you know, it's like if Lhawang says, well, maybe you leave it, it's like, well, fine. You know, if it'll make you feel better and we can climb this damn mountain, that's what I want to do. So that's the point. And we got a little bit of battery power left in my digital camera. I don't know how much. Really need the charger, but we're out of here so soon. I don't know what I'm going to do about it. But other than that, it's just kind of like, well, you know, the priority was always to come here and climb, and, you know, I can do what I can with that, and we'll have plenty of pictures. So whatever, doing the best I can. Over.
I want you to know that no matter what happens, you're already a hero. Christopher, that boy from Fort Collins, has emailed you again, and the letter looked like it was you know, typed by a parent, but he just is he's worshiping you. He thinks you are just the coolest guy on the planet right now, and he is thinking about you all the time. He's playing Everest at school with his friends, and so all of his friends are you know, thinking about you too, and so you have achieved hero status, and I wanted you to know that. Over.
That's pretty cool, I guess. Hopefully they'll, you know, think a little bit before they try and head out here. Over.
All right, there, Ben Clark. I guess let's see if we can keep this kind of radio communication going. I know it's difficult, and certainly you're not going to be always at ABC, but Julian, Stuart, and Rupert have just been, you know, a family to me down here for the last few days, and so if you can stick with them, Stuart and Rupert will be heading up tomorrow, and if you can stick with them, we can keep this radio communication going for as long as possible. or after a summit or anything like that, that would be great. You've got a lot of people back home really caring about you, and this is seems to be the only way I can get through to you. So just keep that in mind, okay? Over.
You got it. We'll keep trying to get it to work. I know good and well we'll be able to send something off the summit somehow. We should be able to get in touch with you. And if we don't get up there, we'll do what we can. Yeah, I want to be able to keep people informed. I know people are probably going nuts, but how many have there been a bunch of new signatures on the guest book?
There have been a few. I haven't actually counted them. I want to say maybe a page. Ben, as it always happens, as soon as you leave base camp, the generator just turns into a big paperweight. And Stuart spent the last 2 days working on it, and it looks like now we've got it going. At least it worked today, and we'll see if it works tomorrow morning.
Well, cool, man. Thanks for trying. I'm sorry to hear that thing broke down again, but I'm not surprised. Over.
It's just the way it goes. I've spent some time at the Royal Navy with their generator, the St. Petersburg team with their generator, and but hopefully this will be the lucky breakdown and repair. Damn it!
Well, hopefully. Well, man, have yourself a good one. I'm sorry to hear you're suffering so bad down there, but hang in there. I think I'll be home in probably 10 to 12 days.
10 to 12 days, that sounds pretty good. And don't worry about me, Ben. Really, I'm fine. I just wanted to let you know. And I have the largest Russian doctor in the world looking out for my my welfare.
I know, God, you're fucking falling apart up here. I feel bad. We need to get you on the mountain and get some more war stories.
No thanks, man. Over.
I'll catch you later, John. See ya. Over.
All right, take care, Ben. I'm thinking about you, so is everyone else. I'll talk to you as soon as we can. Over. Bye.
All right, got it. Bye.
Yeah, it really was. It was so good to speak with Ben, because you spend all of this time just worrying, not knowing what's going on, and when you don't have communication, it just you think of the worst things, and you just don't have any idea. And we had a lot of people following us through our website, so it was good to give everyone an update. So, all right, I want to also say that was all in the camp with Julian, Rupert, and Stuart, and that were very kind to let me use their facilities there for the communication. So thanks a lot, guys. Anyway, next week we are going to try to spend a little bit more time at the North Col and head on up a little bit and just see what's going on. And so stay tuned for that. Hopefully I can get Ben on for next episode, maybe the episode after that. I believe he returns to the States, leaving Kathmandu on June 1st. So just end of this week. So, well, thanks so much, everyone. And please send me emails if you have any questions about any of the things you've been seeing. There's been so much. It's been so long since we've seen some climbing. So if you have any questions, just shoot me an email. And thanks a lot. We'll see you next week. The Rest of Everest is downloaded all over the world every week. If you enjoy watching and would like to show your support, then take a look at my website. Aside from having lots of additional blog entries from the expedition updated every week, there's this little donation button on every page. Now, many of you have pressed that button, and your generous contributions are helping to cover my hosting fees. If you haven't donated but would like to, then just contribute any amount. In return, I'll give you access to the video and audio dispatches I sent out while we were actually at Everest. It's pretty interesting stuff. Contribute $25 or more, and I'll even throw in an iPod-compatible version of the film Everest: The Other Side. That's the project the entire podcast here is based on. As always, our announcer is Marlon May, and our music is provided by Wendy Wu. Check her out at wendywu.com. Thanks so much, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching The Rest of Everest. For more information on the expedition, please visit therestofeverest.com.